Hey guys, Carlo Customs here, and today I am paired with Bigby Wolf from The Wolf Among Us and Lee Everett from The Walking Dead. And these are both video games, both developed by The Walking Dead company. And the main reason I wanted to make these figures is because they are probably the most popular out of TELLTALE games. Well, I'm not so sure about Bigby, but for Lee with The Walking Dead, that's probably the real case. And the reason I wanted to make this was in honor of Fear the Walking Dead, which is a brand new TV show coming on, which is supposed to be a prequel show to The Walking Dead, to show how it all started. So, in which case, I will start this showcase off by reviewing Lee. So without further ado, let's get started. So now here we have Lee Everett. And starting off with Lee Everett, he has the dark brown shoes that he has in the game. And leading up here, he has his jeans. And what I really like about them is that you see them a lot. They're very similar to denim jeans because they're very like light blue, and they're like dry brush with a bunch of different like darker shades of blue and whatnot. Accurate to jeans because when jeans are like dyed blue, they sort of like fold up in like some areas are better than others. Just it's not really even, so I think it looks really good. And leading up to that, he also has on his right knee, he has his bandage. And here is a little dry brush blood stain right there. So yeah, nothing too much about that. But leading up to his chest, here he has his little overcoat here. It's sort of trailing down into his pants area. And going up here, you may be able to see his few buttons on the side there, yeah. And then he has dry brush like blood and a darker blue all around him. So yeah, you can start to see the darker blue accents coming there. And leading up, he has these two little black lines, which represent like sort of stress marks or like sort of whatchamacallit, like creasings in his shirt. I think they look pretty good. It makes him look a little more illustrated because the game, I think like the characters sort of resemble like Scooby-Doo. That's what they sort of look like to me. Always did. So, and they always had like that illustrated look to them. So, which I really like so much. And leading up to his collar area, you can see his collar like sticking out there, and leaving his exposed shirt. And over here on his arm, you can see his exposed arm with a watch, which is 3D element using clay. It's not like an official, like, I don't know, like Tiny Tactical or like watch that like most YouTubers use, like there's like from like a website or something. But nah, I just use clay because I wanted it to be 3D and I wanted it to be on this figure, so I made sure of that. And for the first time, I actually have introduced in sleeve cuffs, and this was acquired by using some duct tape because it really gives that buff, like bigger like look to it. And so yeah, and so we can see his exposed white undershirt there. And once again, there's the rolled up sleeve you acquired with tape. And yeah. So now, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's the line of his collar, back of his collar going there behind his neck. And here he has these lines representing his shoulder blades. And up on his face he has this regular, just like, black beard, which lines up with his mustache. I don't know if that's a certain, like, fashion or anything, but that's what I'm gonna call it, as it is. And if you look really closely, he has these dark brown lips with a little bit reddish lips on the bottom. Really hard to see. But yeah, it's there though. Now you can see. And leading up his eyes got the right expression that I liked. It had like, so I started off with the white and tried to do eyebrows that are really bushy. You can start to see the bushiness in them. Like how they're not like really sort of neat and like straight. So I really like that. It got a really stern look, and then now all I had to do with the pupils, and the pupils could be easier. So yeah, I really liked how it came out though. So yeah, I gave him a really stern look to him, like he was angry and whatnot. And for his hair, there was no like Lego piece I could find that would resemble his hair, so I had to sculpt it on my own. So came out pretty well in my opinion. So yeah, I'll have to do it for Lee. So now to move on to Bigby. About that, we're actually not done with Lee Everett yet. So he has this brick arms knife, which I have painted in silver and tipped with blood at the end. So yeah, that'll have to do it. So now let's move on to Bigby. So now here we have the sheriff from Fabletown. We have Bigby Wolf. And starting off with Bigby Wolf, well, this review may be a little quicker, but since he was pretty easy, he was just a regular guy with a shirt and not really too complex to do, but anyways, he just has these black boots, black shoes rather. Leading up to that, he's just gray pants. And leading up to his torso area, which I really like, is he has like these gray lines, and I like it because it represents the creases in his shirt. You can see his muscle right there. So yeah, I really like that. And there's a line representing the separation between his coat line rather, or something. And leading up here is his tie. See, his tie is painted on so it can simulate wrapping around his entire neck. And you may be able to see right here and here, you can see the collar of his shirt, not much. And you can see his shoulder blade lines, some more creasings, and yeah. So leading up to his arm, he has the same arm cuff sleeve as Lee had, and he also has this black hair on, well, brown hair on either arm because his arms are quite hairy in the game, because I'd imagine because he transforms into a werewolf. And yeah, and here's the head. The head I'm really proud of. The reason why is because I used an Emmett head, which I think worked really well. As you can see, I added on some more wrinkles on the top of his forehead to get that full expression, because he's really folds his head down when he's angry, if that even makes sense. But I gave him bushier eyebrows, which Bigby really does, and this face worked overall because this Star-Lord face. Did I say Emmett earlier? Well, I gave him these cheekbones. Well, no, those are official Legos, so that's why I picked them. Had great teeth, and the beard was pretty good. Well, the stubble. And this is sort of his more relaxed face when he briefly smiles in the game. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, I actually scraped out some of the hair in the back. May not be able to see, so it can work. And I'm really happy that I got the second facing to go. And moving on to his hair. His hair is in the game, it's dark on the bottom and a little bit orangey-ish at the top. It's sort of weird, but I think it's with the lighting, because it's always, but I don't know. But I still like it nonetheless. I really think it would have been done better than just a plain orange or a plain brown. And lastly, for his accessory is his cigarette. So what I used to acquire the cigarette was that I chopped off the little end of the rod of a shovel piece, because it was sort of more narrow at the end, so you can see how it's a little less narrow, more narrow rather. So I just painted that white, and I painted the fire end at the end, so black and with layers of red and orange and whatnot. So it really got the fire look going. So yeah, I think we'll have to do it for Bigby Wolf and this review. So I hope you guys enjoyed these figures. These guys took a little while to make, being that I was on vacation for about a week, which held back process. And I just really can't wait, because I'm waiting for Fear the Walking Dead tonight, which these figures were made in honor of. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye. Guys, Carlo Customs here, and today wait, what was my... crap. The companies probably... oh, God. Can't be doing that already.